Welcome to the Way to Play Performance Series, and this is going to be a hard-hitting episode because we're talking about one of the league's brightest stars in Jamal Adams. But what makes this star so bright? Well, it's the tackling, along with many other things. But today, we're going to take a look at his tackling and get you primed and ready to become a tackling machine like Jamal Adams.
Today we're going to take a look at Jamal Adams and some of the traits that he has that makes him a great tackler. We have one of our favorite drills here that takes on the issue of posture, staying square, and accelerating those feet through contact without the contact. So I'm going to take my athlete Brian here and just a regular band. We're going to put this in one arm. Brian is in a great posture. He's loaded at the hips, his core slightly engaged, and he's not letting me yank him or turn him. I can't rotate him. We know when we get in contact sometimes, or say the person with the ball lowers their shoulder, they're trying to turn us so they can stay on their angle, stay on their path to the end zone. So he's not allowing me to break him. And all I want Brian to do here is start chopping his feet. So this is the starters. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a little pressure and he's not gonna get broken or bent, and he's gonna stay right there in that good position. Go ahead, relax. What we don't wanna see is I give him that same cue. Go ahead and chop your feet. And as I give him pressure, he breaks at the core. Let's just pretend that was contact taking him on the shoulder and breaking that good posture, more than likely leading to a missed tackle. So that's our first one, is me adding pressure. This one, I'm gonna stay stationary. I'm gonna give him the same cue. I want you to rapidly fire your feet. Go ahead, now start gaining ground. He's gonna work his way forward and he's keeping that good pressure, good posture. As the pressure increases with him climbing, he's working back and forth, good. As we get more advanced, there's a way we're gonna actually add a little more torque so it's a harder hitter. You know, someone's really lower in the boom with that shoulder. So a stronger runner, a bigger runner. I'm gonna come pull him at this angle. It's just gonna add a little more torque, one where his body may wanna break a little bit and he's gonna fight against it. And we're gonna go with those same cues. I'm gonna go ahead and have him chop his feet, and I'm gonna add the tension and he's not gonna let me break and he's not gonna move his body. He's gonna stay in the same place, good. And as we progress through that, just as last time, I'm gonna have him gain ground and really fight. Go ahead, start gaining ground. He's not breaking, he's staying in a straight line. Good. So the keys we're looking at here is it's teaching us to keep good posture, it's teaching us to stay square, and it's teaching us to accelerate our feet through the tackle.
There's many reasons why Jamal Adams is a great tackler, but one of those reasons is that he drives through the ball carrier rather than to them. And what that means is that he's not aiming just to make contact with the defender and then stop his feet. He's driving through them even after he makes contact. So we're gonna give you a strength movement that can start to build the muscle memory and the position that you need to get into on the field to drive through the ball carrier. So to do this movement, all you're gonna need is a wall. So we're gonna step over to the wall here and we're gonna have CJ set up in a post-up position, which means his body is at a 45-degree angle, his hands are locked out against the wall, and he's gonna bring one leg up and hold this position. This is gonna be our end position. From there, all he's gonna do is step back into the bottom of a lunge. This is where we're setting up. So this is where the movement starts. Now, Jamal Adams, he explodes through defenders, but he also breaks down into a nice base before he makes that explosion. So this lunge position right here is gonna simulate that breakdown position. CJ is going to get up about 6 inches off the ground and he's just gonna pump 5 times. And on the 5th pump, he's gonna drive back into the wall. This is simulating that explosion through the defender. Notice CJ's legs are long, fully extended. That means he used all the power that he has in his body. Good, CJ, get down. You wanna do this, make sure you do 5 pumps and then explode. You wanna go back and forth on each leg a few times. And then if you wanna get more advanced, you can add a little bit of weight to the pumps. So we can grab dumbbells. CJ will set these down right in front of where he's going to go. Always make sure you're posting up on the wall so that you're in the right position to end. We're gonna go down into the lunge, and now CJ's gonna have a little bit of extra weight. He's gonna pump 5 times, drop the dumbbell, and then explode into the wall. You should be trying to knock this wall over. It's not a passive thing. It's not you're just standing up and resting on the wall. You need to envision that you're going against a ball carrier. You're trying to knock them on the ground. You need a lot of force to drive through the ball carrier.
Jamal Adams is a special football player. There's some things in his game that are just built around instinct. attitude as well. But we can't give you those two things. What we can give you are the tools necessary to become an effective tackler. But here's the good thing about this game. You want to chase greatness. Greatness leaves clues. Jamal Adams, you may not become him, but you can definitely become the best version of who you are as a football player. So here's a simple drill that we're going to use. It's going to do really two key things. We're going to focus on three, but right now, two key elements in proper tackling. The first part is sinking your hips. You got to be able to sink your hips as a great tackler. Second part is not breaking posture under load in particularly. So if I come here with a med ball, it doesn't have to be too heavy, but just a nice amount of load. All I'm gonna do here is drop it into position. He's gonna switch feet, drop it into position. Now, if you really wanna challenge Brian, I'm gonna put a little bit more velocity on the ball. You ready? Here we go. Take a little bit higher. Boom. See? He missed the tackle. Can't do that, Brian. Here we go. There you go. That's more like Jamal Adams. Here we go. Bam. Good. Now, the key thing here is you saw sunk hips, proper posture, but what you didn't see this. The head falling forward. We want to make sure that we can keep the head up in proper tackling. But all this is done right now has built the posture. Now we have to take that posture and turn it into active posture, which Jamal Adams does very well. So Brian's gonna cover some ground here. Now we're gonna add in another key element to proper tackling, which is gathering your feet prior to contact. So we got gathering your feet prior to contact, sinking your hips, and not breaking your torso or breaking your posture. You ready? Here we go. So I'm gonna throw the ball up in the air. Bam, nice job. Here we go. Let's get that again. Good, nice job. Now, I've never tackled anyone a day in my life, which is a good thing. I need you to teach me, from a defensive coach's perspective, these three elements, how do they show up in tackling?
A lot of times those elements show up when you miss tackles. So, like you said, you want to gather your feet. We talk about quickening our feet prior to contact just to get yourself in a ready position if that guy makes a move. A lot of times you'll see players miss when they stop their feet. So here, you saw me, I had to gather my feet before I could get in position to make that tackle or get the load. Second one is the posture. A lot of times you'll see people miss tackles because they lower the torso, their eyes follow them, and now they're just diving and missing or getting stiff armed to the ground because you have nothing behind you. And then third, one of the biggest ones is the eyes. A great thing with this was, as the ball was in the air, I mean, you really have to lock in and track it and get your position. A lot of times, it may sound funny, but people miss tackles because they blink. I mean, it's that fast. So if you can get your eyes to lock in and track something, and on a ball carrier, it would be that near hip. We want to lock right in there and be laser focused in that area. That'll put you in a much better position to be successful when trying to make a tackle.
Now you're one step closer to becoming the player you want to be. So let's get out there and play some football.